You are now listening to 15 Minutes of Fame Radio.
Let's go!
That's near and dear to the battle rap community. One actually battles, one don't, but the battle community loves them.
Okay.
Rest in peace, Fred the Godson. Rest in peace to Pat Stay.
Rest in peace, Fred the Godson, for sure, and rest in peace, Pat Stay.
Fred the Godson, punchline guard, retarded, crazy, like every fucking shit he hit on wax or whatever you want to call it, beat, anything. Nigga was flawless. When's the first time you ever met
Fred? I met Fred, but I used to go to this block in the
Fred's
Bronx.
from the Bronx, by the way.
Yep. Shout out to Bronx. I met Fred because I used to go to this block called 156 and Fox. And I told you when I got old enough to start hanging on my man Bug, his family is from that block.
Mm-hmm.
So we used to go over there and hang out. 30 deep on a block, sipping, chill. It was one of those, so it was like, and it was new.
Mm-hmm.
New girls. I'm not from that block, so the joints over there, I could holler at them, and it was just new, it was fire.
Mm-hmm.
So we used to just be rapping out there all day.
Mm-hmm.
So they already knew what it was. Like, they like, you gotta meet Fred.
Right.
You gotta meet Fred. We want you to hear Fred. Fred was from over there.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, you gotta meet Fred, man. I already knew who Fred was. I just never met him.
Right.
And I think vice versa. Fred knew I was. We just never met each other. And then every time I was over there, I never saw him. Then one day I was over there and he was there. He was over there, and we had like a cipher right there. And then from that day,
damn,
me and Fred was close.
I can imagine how that cipher.
Yeah.
Like a Fred with the.
And it wasn't even a battle. It was a cipher.
Right.
And we just both respected each other. And it was like, yo, you fight. And then from that day, we was just close. Like me and Fred I remember me, Fred, and my son sharing.
Shout to my son.
Sharing a sandwich.
Mm.
I remember me, Fred, and my son was working on a tape called The Good, The Bad, and The Ugly.
Exclusive.
And damn, who got them fucking songs? Yeah, that shit was coming out so crazy. I think we probably did like 3 songs. We was 3 songs in.
Right.
I don't know what happened. I think the studio we was working out of, something happened with it and we couldn't get back into another studio to start working on it. I don't know what happened.
Right.
But we was working on a tape and it was gonna be crazy. I remember us all had, we like, yo, we gotta get to, I was driving at this time though. But I remember that probably was a time where, you know, I mean, if you're into drugs, you know, droughts hit, fuck up money. But whatever it was, though, I know I was down at that time. I ain't have it. You know, so we was, and all of us did. You know, we we split in the sand, like, yo, listen, we gonna chip it for the sandwich. Boom, what's up? We gonna all put our money together for gas, get to the studio, and all that. And
for those who don't know, Fred used to work with these cats at Blockwork, where URL held a battle outside in front of Blockwork. They had a barbecue and all that shit out there. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Fred, man. He was a real one to the battle rap community. Everybody loved Fred.
Fred was the illest, man.
I had to throw that in there in this interview because I know it's going to get a lot of views and you're highly respected. And I want people to know what Fred meant to you.
Oh, man, yeah.
As an MC and as a friend.
Fred was, man, Fred was top 5 greatest to ever do it, talking about lyrically. You know what I'm saying?
And you're not just saying that.
Hell,
it's real. It's
everybody
real.
knows.
And you know what I'm saying? You're not. Yeah.
Top 3. You know what I'm saying? Look, you got.
Shout out to Uncle Rob, man.
Fred,
Brother
man,
Rob said
listen,
top 3,
man,
yeah.
listen, and I'm just, you know what I'm saying? This is not. That's just what it was, man. Fred was somebody, and Fred was the cool. You know, I remember we in the studio, falling asleep, waking up in the studio in the morning, like. Even Clips was there. This when DNA was younger. We was bringing DNA there. Like, it was crazy. It's crazy. Shout out to Fred, man.
Rest in peace, Fred,
man. Word.
Also, another fallen soldier, unfortunately, Pat Stay, who recently passed. There was a lot of whispers in the air of you and Pat clashing somewhere in the near future because both of you had that, you know, stage presence, that personality, that swag, that aura, all that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I don't want to reflect on the tragedy, but I'd rather shed light upon, you know, what Pat Stay probably meant as an MC to you and whatnot, because for you to speak about him, that right there helps in volumes because you're catering to a market and an audience that Pat doesn't have. So then when you say it, they're like, well, who's Pat Stay? What's such and such or whatever? Because we got to remember he's still from Canada.
Right,
he's great. We love him.
Right.
But we got to remember, you know what I'm saying? He don't get to be seen as much, especially like on a URL platform, if you will. But when you mention, I'm pretty sure everybody was like connecting the dots and say Goods and Pat. Goods versus Pat.
A lot of people wanted to see that. A lot of people don't know. Me and Pat even spoke about doing a 2-on-2 together.
Wow.
And nobody know that.
Exclusive.
We spoke about it, and he was crazy. Shit is at that time he was going through a passing with his mom. Or his mom's was sick. You know what I'm saying? His mom's was sick, and
rest in peace.
He told me that and all that. And then Pat just started talking about, because we never had nothing to battle each other. It's like Pat. I like Pat, man. Pat is the coolest guy in the world, B. It's like if I battle somebody, I gotta not like them a little bit. I gotta have some. I gotta really want to kill him. I never felt like that about Pat.
Right.
So it was hard to kind of battle him, and then he used to say the same exact thing. And as of recently, he just started talking like, we could do it, man. We should do it or whatever like that. And you know, I still was like, maybe. You know, it was, you know, and we started talking about a little more, but you know, that was it. But Pat was just, man, the coolest guy on earth. Like, you know, it's like, I mean,
when we did that interview, I forget what we did interview. We were in the car. I did an interview with Jazz, and I mentioned, you said like Pat was like your kryptonite, but I was probably wrong. But what did you say, like when I asked you about battling Pat when we did that interview?
Everybody got a Pat. Pat is what was like he would have been my hardest opponent. You know what I'm saying? Because he kind of he's cool. He's cool. You know what I'm saying? He's likable. He got the swag on stage. He got delivery. He got everything I have. You know what I'm saying? So he would have been trouble for me. I would have had to really figure out how to. But I feel like the same thing with him. We both would have been trouble for each other.
That's why I thought that would have been such a classic battle.
You know what I'm saying? So, and I thought about doing. He was somebody I started thinking about battling. I honestly wanted to take like another like killer and then Pat, because I didn't want it to be like a kind of. I didn't want to take another like. I didn't want to take like a jokey battle or something like that after Easy. I wanted to take like another killer.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Somebody so I could really, you know, because jumping into the Easy battle, I'm getting my feet wet. I'm coming back in a battle rap. I'm just, you know, so now I got my feet wet. Now I want to get in and get crazy.
Right.
Again, and you know what I'm saying? And then I would have took Pat, but.
Let me throw a curveball.
Yeah.
You know, your look, because I'm into the it factor thing and personas and people. You know, what makes a star? You have this look to whereas you're ambiguously black something else. you got the good hair, you know what I'm saying?
Nappy as shit.
You know what I'm saying? You light skinned like me, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, probably some of the girls might be like, yo, what is he? He's Spanish? He like Dominican? He's such a, what's your, you know, your ethnicity as far as, you know, like, what your parents is like? What your, a lot of people don't.
My father white, like Easy said. Oh man. My mom's is black and Italian. My mom's is partially Italian. So I think that's it.
Well, you got a father.
My shit, you know him?
Wow.
Fuck you. I do.
You never met your father before?
Nah, I've met my father before. My father black.
Okay.
My father black, and my mom's is black and Italian.
Okay.
I think she does have Italian.
Got you.
You
So
know
you
what I'm
have
saying?
I was gonna say
I'm not half.
Okay. you have don't mess up the big homie show, Playboy. Relax. You have relatives that's basically that could be white or some shit, like you just never seen them before, probably some shit.
Maybe. I mean, my mom's is half Italian.
Okay.
So I mean, that makes me what, a quarter?
Okay. Got you.
I'm not half, but you know what I'm saying?
I say all that to say this. Did you know coming up, you know what I'm saying, as far as your value and your worth, that you did have star power, you had stage presence, you had something you was working with that was like an it factor for you, that surpassed a lot of battle rappers that probably didn't have? Because you know that saying, whereas you got to be in the entertainment business, to win, you have to be a person that the girlies want and the guys want to be.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying?
Nah, I didn't. Honestly, I didn't know I had that until I actually started getting into stuff and doing it. And I don't know if that's. I mean, well, I could be wrong, but I don't know if that's something.
You're too humble, my nigga. You're too humble.
Listen.
You're
I don't
too
know
humble.
if that's
You know you got the girlies on you. Come on,
look, but ain't that, look. What I'm saying is, I don't know if that's the it factor is something the person know they have. I think the people watching know they got it. So that's what it is. So I wasn't looking at it like I got the it. I know I got the it factor. Nah, you will start saying that after you hear people tell you or how people react to you. But I don't think it's something that the person that have it knows, or you know.
I like that answer.
That's his own.
15 minutes of fame.
You are now listening to 15 Minutes of Fame Radio.
Let's go.